Hello .NET developers, welcome back to a new video tutorial. In this video, we will be discussing dependency management in ASP.NET Core. Well, if we want to write loosely coupled code, make our application easier to extend, test, and maintain, we can do it by managing dependencies properly. In this video, we will explore dependency management in ASP.NET Core step by step with practical professional examples. We will address common developer challenges and demonstrate how dependency injection can solve them. Okay, what is dependency management? Dependency management is a way that minimizes tight coupling and maximizing flexibility. For example, suppose a product controller that relies on a product service to fetch data from the database or any other data sources. If the controller directly creates an instance of the service, it becomes tightly coupled and making the code rigid and harder to maintain. However, with dependency injection, the controller depends only on an abstraction, not a specific implementation. Okay, let's have a look. What are the steps we will be doing in this video tutorial? Okay, first we'll create our main project and we will name it inventory management. Then we will create a data access layer, and to do this we will take a class library named data access library. Then we will create a business logic or service layer, and to do this we will take a class library named business logic library. Okay, then we will implement the layers, this data access layer and service layer. Then we will show the challenges of working without dependency injection. After showing these challenges of working without dependency injection, we will show how to overcome these challenges implementing dependency injection in the controller. And then we will register the dependencies in program.cs. And finally, we will run our application. Okay, let's start doing our work using Visual Studio. Okay, this is our Visual Studio 2022. Let's take a ASP.NET Core MVC project. Let's name it Inventory Management. Let's take the folder directory. Look, ASP.NET Core MVC project name Inventory Management has been created, and in our folder, this is our project with the solution. Now, in our next step, we will create a data access layer and a business logic or service layer. To create the data access layer, let's take a class library. And we want to name it data access library. Okay, a class library has been created. Okay, let's take two namespace. One is for our model and another is for our repository. In data access layer, we want to put our model and repository. Copy this namespace, paste it. Let's name it model. Let's name it product. Let's take some properties. Let's name it product category. Let's name it class. Product class. Then name it double. Okay. Our model has been created. Now I'm going to rename this namespace as data access library repository. Let's name this class as product repository. Let's take an interface for this product repository class. Suppose you want to get products by category, and this is our method. Suppose this is our product list that will work as our database or data source. Then let's implement our interface. We want to get products according to category. Okay, our data access layer has been created. Now we are going to create a service layer. This business logic library will work as our service layer. Okay, let's copy this class, paste it. Let's take an interface. product service. Okay, let's go to the data access layer again. Copy this method, put it here. Reference has been added to our service layer. Now, public directory repository. Okay, our service layer has been created. Now we are going to show our next step. Okay, we created our main project, then data access layer, then business logic layer, and then we implemented these layers. And in our next step, we are going to show you the challenges of working without dependency injection. In this step, we will show you what are the challenges or what are the problems we will face if we work without dependency injection. Okay, let's see. To show the problems or difficulties without working with dependency injection, let's go to the controller. And this is our home controller. Suppose from this method we want to call our service methods. Let's rename this method electronics. Suppose we want to get the product category electronics from this action result method. To get the products of electronic category from our service to our controller, we can directly instantiate our service class in our action. As we said, if we directly instantiate our product service in the controller, then the code becomes tightly coupled and making the code rigid and harder to maintain. But if we use dependency injection, the dependency injection will minimize the tight coupling and maximize the flexibility. And the action or the controller will not depend instantiation. It will depend on an abstraction. These challenges have a lot of examples. Anyway, in this video, we are going to focus on a specific example that will clear you how dependency injection is flexible and maintainable. First, we are going to show the direct instantiation and want to see what are the problems or what are the difficulties we are going to face. Bar to okay, let's add these project references manually. Add project reference, business project reference. Okay. Dot get product category by category. Oops. This pro service is showing error. We will resolve this later. Let's copy this service and make one service for our development environment and another service for our production environment. Suppose this service is for our development environment, and this service is for our production environment, and I want to rename this service API product service. We want to show you the challenges of direct instantiation, and that is why we don't want to inject the repository class here, and I want to omit this course. Then omit this course. Now we have two services. One is for our development environment and another one is for our production environment or live environment. New this product. Suppose this data is coming from data from API, and this one data coming from our test development server. Okay. Now look, in the controller, we want to call these two services. One is product service, then another one is API product service. And one will return us the electronics type product from our test server, and then another one will return us the products from our API calling. Let's see what will happen if we do it by direct instantiation. Then we will have to put a if-else condition here. If from test server and if from API. We'll have to do it, right? And what are the challenges? If we use these services, several controllers, suppose 10, 20 or more controllers, then we'll have to put these if-else conditions in every of our controllers. And this will be too much complex for us and clumsy for us. And if we change all of our controllers to implement this direct instantiation, the changes will violate our fundamental design principles. That means open source principles. All classes should be open for extension and closed for modification. However, we can overcome this challenge by using dependency injection. And if you use dependency injection, then we'll have to change only in one place program.cs. Then let's see how to overcome this challenge. Okay, then go to our service, uncomment these codes. Now go to the controller. Just comment it. Let's take a property. For product service, product service var service dot by category Okay, and this is how you can implement your dependency injection. And now we have one change is left. And we have to register our service classes and interfaces in program.cs. Builder.services dot add scoped live product repository then live product service Okay, done. We have registered our service and interfaces in program.cs. If we want to make it environment specific, suppose we want to give it in live and we want to call our API product service, or we want to get our data from the API, then we'll have to change just this one. Only this one changes will solve our challenges. That means what challenges we faced using direct instantiation, and we had to change all of our controllers. If we use dependency injection, then we will not have to change all of our controllers. Instead, we have to change in one page just in program.cs. We will have to change this product service into API product service. Then if we run it in our live server, then our live server will call this API product service. Direct instantiations have a lot of challenges. One problems or one difficulties I have showed you here. And this code is now loosely coupled, and this is how you can solve, or you can make your code loosely coupled using dependency injection, not relying on the instantiation instead of relying on abstraction.